Now I'm getting what I call fancier arpeggios. The concept is outlining the chords. We're just playing the changes and trying to make some music strictly within the chord structures. But again, we're also extending them to the 7th and to the 6s for flavors. So this is C major 7. And just get used to knowing that this is 1, 3, 5, the triad, of course, and then here's that 7. And just make sure you know where that 7 is. Again, of course, we have multiple fingering possibilities, but this is just how I like to visualize it. 1, 3, 5, major 7. And here's a C major 7 chord that could coordinate with that. Yeah, we can click an arpeggio line, whatever you So everybody give that a try. Really emphasize that major 7. And I also love it down here right below the octave too. So it's okay. So that's C major 7. If you want to just keep working through these with me. C dominant 7, E flat the 7, so it still has a major triad. So it's 1, 3, 5, flat 7. Okay. Now, Joe's gonna play rhythm C7. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I even go below it. And so again, the idea is just starting to really outline these chords and target these specific notes. So that's C major 7 to C7. And the next one is minor 7. C minor 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Here it is very slowly. Feel free to do that with me, Ron.
Yeah.
So again, what I'm emphasizing also or stressing is make sure you know your formulas so that you, like on that one, we had a C minor triad, and then we have the flat 7. Okay. Again, I'm going to also say that these are with the roots starting on the 4th string. Okay, we want to also start them on, which is on the same worksheet here, is also we can start them on the 3rd string root. It's the same 4 notes. We just start in a different location, and we want to do that. So again, the idea, this term that I'm using for easy arpeggios is just within 1 octave. That to me is easy to manage, hopefully easy to play. And also I just want to stress, this is often right now I would say use these as face value. On the chart, for example, you would see C minor 7. Maybe play C minor 7. And then you might even go. combining some of those other techniques we talked about already too with the neighbor tones. All right, so let's go ahead and cruise through these again. I'm just, hopefully, if this is new for you, this will be a good study for you to use this as kind of a little routine, a practice routine. C minor 7 flat 5 is exactly what it says. You take your minor 7 and you flat the 5th. That's a very important one, just like we do with chords. Okay, C minor 7 flat 5, aka C half dim. So we have this. That's a diminished triad. That's where the word half dim comes in. The triad is dim, and then you have a minor 7. So Joe's going to play this chord. However, it can also be what minor 6 chord? You knew I was going to say that, didn't you?
Well, yeah.
We talked about this last week. This is the little hack, the conversion. C minor 7 flat 5. The trick is you always go 3 frets. You just got to know which direction. And then you can play E flat minor 6 in this case.
Okay.
This is just kind of a hack, but it's really what's called an enharmonic respelling. Yeah. C minor 7 flat 5 actually equals E flat minor 6. So, you know, you might play E flat minor 6 up here. There you go. Or and I'm demonstrating on the 3rd string root there. So again, this is very useful stuff. And last week also, I'm just trying to tie in some of the topics we talked about. We were saying, oh, you could play a minor 6 chord or a minor 7 flat 5 chord on a dominant chord to create a 9th flavor. I'm just going to talk about this briefly, but you know, use your theory if you remember what we talked about. But here's the trick of it. C minor 7 flat 5 is the 3rd of A flat. So if I put A flat in the bass, you have this. So now we're getting an A flat dominant 9th chord. So Joe on rhythm guitar is going to play A flat 7. And I'm going to play C minor 7. You're all going to play with me. C minor 7 flat 5. Or here. There's no A flat in there. Here's A flat, but it's rootless. Okay, so that's a substitution for sure there. Okay, is that you have the C minor 7 flat 5 chord contained within an A flat dominant 9th, if you want that dominant 9th flavor. We'll talk about the diminished 7 in a second. So the other 7th chord that I recommend practicing next is the fully diminished 7. And the fully diminished 7, for those who don't know the formula, it's 1 flat 3 flat 5 double flat 7. The double flat 7 is kind of a tricky spelling. You could just call it a 6th degree. So here's C, and here's the major 7, here's a flat 7, so here's a double flat 7, and that's just an A, so it's really just a 6. So it's kind of funny, the diminished 7th chord, you'll hear me often say, I think of it as a 6th chord, because it has the 6th degree instead of the 7th. But theoretically, it's spelled as a double flat 7. So here's the dim 7, C dim 7, this chord here. This big scary chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you hear me bending into those notes sometimes, like the half step below. Okay, that's the C diminished 7 arpeggio. And we're going to talk more about some substitutions on using that arpeggio. So here's the routine. Major 7, dominant 7, minor 7, minor 7 flat 5. I'm just demonstrating here, fully dim. Just be able to do that on any chord. Ready? I'm gonna name a chord and you guys try it. G major 7. So you guys say, oh, where's G at? Right? And if you're using the 4th string root, it's on the 5th fret. So you have this. And then G7. And then C major 7. C minor 6. Okay, so let's practice that. This is just impromptu, kind of a song I'm thinking here is Misty. If I had you, if anything, that's a Alicia Keys song. If I had you, this. And C minor. Again, G major 7, G7, C major 7, C minor 6. Again, C major 7, C dominant, C major 7, C minor 6. C major 7, C minor 6. Yeah, that's a very common progression right there. The 1, then the 1 turns to dominant, 4, minor 4. I won't go on with the shop talk there, but again, the quick demonstration there, thanks guys, that I was playing there is really popular on a lot of ballad songs, but mainly the goal again, and we'll look at some examples here on Exactly Like You and minor swing, of course. But the goal is to be able to see a chord and do what I call face value. The chart will say G major 7, and you want to be able to just whip this arpeggio out. You don't have to blaze through it. It's not so important that you blaze through it, but just target dominant, C major 7, C minor 6. Okay, just kind of, I'm emphasizing those notes that really help bring out the flavor. So G major 7, try it with me. G7, C major 7, and then C minor 6. Or I like that minor 6. Again, G major 7, G7, C major 7, C minor 6, major 7, dominant, C major 7, C minor 6. Try it wrong. So G major 7, G7, C major 7, C minor 6. Nice. Yeah, again, everybody. Dominant, C major 7, C minor 6. Again, major 7, dominant, C major 7, minor 6. Thank you, that was lovely. That's what I just call face value. From there you can be a little bit more creative and you don't have to just go in order. Of course you can, but sometimes I like to start on the 7th or on the 6th. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm getting what I call fancier arpeggios. And now I'm just playing 3 octaves. But again, the concept is outlining the chords. We're just playing the changes and trying to make some music strictly within the chord structures. But again, we're also extending them to the 7th and to the 6s for flavors. Let's go on here, and there's I didn't actually go through the 6s, and I meant to, I'm sorry. So there's actually 2 6 arpeggios that you should have down, and that's C major 6 and C minor 6. Actually, we talked about this last time where I was adding on the 6th degree. The 6th degree is always a whole step above the 5th. That's where we can have this little riff. C major 6, C minor 6. Major 6, minor 6. Do that again, that's nice. Here we go. Minor 6. Minor. Six, minor. Major 7. Minor 6. Major. Minor. Major. And minor. Beautiful, yeah. Okay, I think we're ready to give it a try into a song, exactly like you, Etude. That or minor swing. Let's do